What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gray Rabbit Finance. I'm your host Tyler, and today I'm going to be updating the Ichimoku technical analysis for all the major Forex pairs for the week of January 28th to February 2nd, 2024. Let's hop in. Okay guys, so we're going to get started on AUD, CAD on the weekly chart. And I just want to start by saying, for anyone new to the channel, thanks for joining us. And just note that the pink flags are the special pairs that I'm actively looking to trade this week. The orange flags are ranging pairs, which I'm not going to be trading this week. And the blue flags are ones that I'm looking to trade actively over the next few weeks, maybe this week or maybe next week, depending on when it starts to trend on the lower time frames, according to Ichimoku and my strategy. So let's hop in, guys. So as you can see, we had a nice retracement back up to Senko Span A, and we have a very bearish Kumo cloud. However, we have 2 out of the 3 Senyoko Kyoten signals, and so these are the Ichimoku trend signals. So we have a gold cross here, and then we have the Chico span above the candles. And so the next thing we would need is for price to break through the Kumo cloud and through this thick white line here, which is called Senko Span B. Now guys, that's not what I think is going to happen. And so let me turn my drawings on and let's go to the daily chart. Okay guys, now let me just zoom this out a little bit. So on the daily chart, you can see that down here we had a nice double bottom here, right? And then we had a nice trend in the bullish direction. And now we have the Senyoko Gyokuten signals almost about to form. And so we have the first one is going to be the death cross here. So let me just clean this drawing up a little bit. And let me turn this, let me turn off one of my indicators. So guys, here we have the death cross on the Ichimoku, right? We have the Kijun-sen over top of the Tenkan-sen. We have the Chico span below the candles, and now we have price on an N wave, hopefully about to break through Senko Span B, which is the thick white line, and we have a bearish Kumo cloud twist forming. So I'm expecting this to be an N wave in the bearish direction, and if I turn my drawings back on, this is the N wave I'm talking about. And so guys, what I'm going to be looking for is on the lower time frames. So here we are on the 4-hour time frame. We've had a nice long consolidation back up, and we've had a nice bounce off of Senko Span B, right? And so I'm going to be looking on the 1 hour, and this is why I have this already marked as pink, because we're already starting to get a trend forming here on the 1 hour. And so if I zoom out, you can see price consolidated back up. We touched back up here, and this was back into this resistance level here, right? And now it looks like we're going to get a nice wave back down, right? So I'm going to be looking, this is already looking like a good start of a trend. So we have a nice structure here on the Kumo cloud on the 1 hour. And right now, guys, so we have the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen, Senko Span A and B are all flat. But this Kumo cloud has a nice structure to it, a good amount of steam in it. And so I would say that we can start looking to enter if we can break these support levels here. So obviously a little bit more risky to enter before the breakout, but I'm expecting this N wave to finish down here. And so this is going to be my target, the 1 Fibonacci extension. And so I'm going to be looking for a nice entry on the lower time frame sometime this week. So hopefully soon I'll get the right signal. But yeah guys, so keep an eye on this pair. This is AUD, CAD. And from current price to our target is about 100 pips. So that's what we've got so far. Let's go back to the 4 hour. So guys, look on the 4 hour, you have this up, bounce off the Senko Span B. We're starting to get a twist here. So, this could follow through, but we're going to need to wait for the break of these support levels. So keep an eye on that, guys. But I'm thinking this can be a really good pair to trade this week, and that's AUD, CAD. Okay guys, AUD Swiss franc on the weekly here. And so guys, I have this marked as orange. Right now this is just in this range here. So we have support level here, and these are the resistance levels. And so guys, the light blue are resistance and the pink are support levels. Now, we had a double bottom here. We have a higher low here. So I'm expecting price to head back up in this direction and just be ranging this week. And so if I look at the lower time frames, you can see that we're stuck between this resistance level here and this support level here, right? So we're in a ranging market. The Kumo cloud and the Chico span is overlapping the candles. We have a lot of Kumo cloud twists, right? So guys, we're just in a range. And if I look on the lower time frames too, hold on, let me just show you my drawings. So, and on this Ganfan, we've found support twice. So I'm expecting price to keep heading back up to the top of this range. But if we look too on the lower time frames, you can see price is just in and out of the Kumo clouds. So there really is no market direction yet on this pair. And so this week, I most likely will not be trading it. Okay guys, AUD Japanese yen on the weekly chart. And so overall we have a bullish Kumo, right? We have price above the Tenkan and the Kijun-sen, but we have the Tenkan pointing down, we have the Kijun-sen flat, and we have Senko span A pointing down and Senko span B flat. And so guys, that's why I have this marked as blue, because right now we're waiting for price to break this resistance level here, the first one at 97.800, and the second major resistance level at 98.588. And so if we look on the daily chart, you can see that we're in this range right here, right? Between this support level at 93.74 and this resistance at 98.588. But it looks like we have, we're starting to get a bullish Kumo cloud here on the daily. And so this is, what I see now is that in the momentum on the daily is starting to become bullish. But let's see right now what the 4 hour looks like. And this is why we're still waiting. This is why we have this marked blue, because guys, look, price is in the Kumo cloud right now on the 4 hour. And so until we can break these resistance levels, we're not going to have a clear trend on the lower time frames. And so that's why we're waiting. That's why this is marked blue. But once we do get these confirmations, I'm expecting price to run up to this resistance level here, and that's 102.846. And so if we measure from the current price up to those levels, that's about 545 pips. So if we can get this confirmation on the lower time frames and break these resistance levels, guys, this could be a really good pair to trade. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on this pair for the next week and the next couple weeks after that. And hopefully we'll start to see some trends forming on the lower time frames. So keep your eye on that. AUD Japanese yen. Okay guys, here we are, AUD USD on the weekly. And now I have this pair marked orange. I'm most likely not going to be trading that this week, and this is why I'm going to show you right now. So on the daily time frame, right now the price is inside the Kumo cloud, and we also have a bearish Kumo cloud twist forming. And so right now, guys, I'm just expecting this market to be consolidating and ranging this week inside the cloud. And so I want to make sure that I stay away from that, because if we look on the lower time frames too, we don't have a clear trend, especially in the market, in the direction of the market on the higher time frames. So this could be a pretty tricky market since price is in the cloud. And so usually when price is in the cloud on the daily, I usually just forget about trading that pair. So guys, that's AUD US dollar. Price is in the cloud on the daily, so I'm going to stay away from this pair this week. Okay, CAD Swiss franc on the weekly. Guys, this is marked pink. This is a special pair to me this week. I'm going to be looking to see if I can actively trade it. And why is that? Well, it looks like we've had, so on the weekly chart here in the recent weeks, we had a nice, we got pretty close to the Senko span A. So price has reset from these levels, and we have a nice N wave, bunch of N waves coming down, right? And so we've broken this previous support level here. Let me just show you guys that. Oh shit. Sorry guys. Okay guys, so this is what I'm talking about. So we've broken this support level here at the 0.64596 level. We've come down on the N wave to retest. Now we've retested that. That's this support has turned into resistance now, right? So let's change that. So we've been resisted at this level. And so if I go down to the daily time frame, let me just fix that real quick. So guys, we were resisted on the daily time frame at Senko span A. And so I'm expecting this to be an N wave back down in the bearish direction. And so this is what I'm going to be looking for in the lower time frames. So guys, My target right now is going to be down here at the 1.272 Fibonacci extension level. And so right now from the current price, that's about 213 pips, okay? And if we look at the 4-hour chart, let me show you guys this. So let me just turn these drawings off. So look guys, so we had a bullish trend on the 4-hour, but now we had a double top, and now we have an N wave, which I suspect coming back down in this direction, in the bearish direction. So let me turn on the drawings. So look, boom, double top, N wave down, N wave down. And so we're gonna be breaking this, let me draw on a little trend line here. So see, let me just put that in. So see, we broke this trend line, back down, and now we retested. And look, on this Fibonacci retracement, we were rejected here at the 0.618. And so that's showing me that we got a nice retracement back, and this could be a nice N wave down. So guys, we need to start looking. So this is marked pink, right? And we're gonna need to start looking on the 1-hour. And now on the 1-hour, you can see that we have a bearish, well, we had a bearish Kumo cloud forming, right? But now we have a bullish one here. So we're gonna need to wait until we get a better trending market on the lower time frame. So that could mean like we need to break these support levels here and get a new Kumo cloud forming. So I'm gonna be looking for that. But yeah, guys, keep an eye on this pair. Either this week or over the next few weeks, we could see these lower time frames start to trend in the bearish direction. And that's when we're gonna wanna look to see if we can enter a trade. So yeah, keep an eye on this one, guys. CAD Swiss franc. Okay guys, now I just wanna thank everyone who's with me for liking and subscribing. It really helps me and my family. So thanks a lot, guys. And as always, feel free to comment below what pairs you're looking at this week. I always love to hear that. But yeah, let's continue on. So CAD Japanese yen on the weekly. Now guys, I have this marked as blue. I'm waiting for the lower time frames to confirm a nice entry. But we did have, so according to my new slingshot strategy that I've been working on this past year, we see the candles are highlighting up here, right? And so I'm gonna be going over that later this year. But for me, that's giving me a good strong signal. And that's why I have a bullish bias right now for this market. And so let's look at the daily time frame, because that's going to give us more detail. So let's look on that. So guys, we have a bullish Kumo cloud here, right? Now we have price above the Tenkan-sen. The Tenkan-sen's pointing up, the Kijun-sen's flat, Senko span A is up, and Senko span B is flat. So this is still a pretty small Kumo cloud. But now guys, if we can break these resistance levels, so if we can break the 110.423 and the 111.171, and we can break those and confirm the trends on the lower time frames, I'm expecting price to move up to this 1 Fibonacci extension level. And so if we can measure that now, that's about 952 pips. Now guys, we're not going to go straight up there, but this is a larger move within the market that I'm talking of. And so look, if I measure the range that we're currently in, let's measure from this resistance level down to here. We have 690 pips. So if I do 690, a 1-to-1 move could get us here at the 118.077 level. So this could be a first good place to take profit. So I'm gonna just mark that also. This could be a good place. But eventually I think the move will finish at least to this 1-to-1. And so that's what I'm looking for. And if we look at the 4-hour, you can see that we have a bunch of N waves trending in the bullish direction, right? We're in a bullish channel. We have higher lows, boom, 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 boom. So I'm waiting for this, for price to break this first resistance level and give us a better shape on this Kumo. And right now, you can see this is marked blue. We have a nice Kumo cloud trend here on the 1-hour. So if we can break this resistance level, this is going to be looking really good, and I may start to enter trade on this. So I'm going to be looking at this pair this week and next. But overall, I'm feeling pretty bullish on CAD Japanese yen. Okay, Swiss franc Japanese yen on the weekly. Guys, I have this marked as blue. I'm bullish on this. We have a nice bullish Kumo cloud structure. Price is above the Tenkan and the Kijun-sen. We recently had a bounce off the Kijun-sen. So overall, this trend channel is still intact. And right now, everything's flat. We started, the market's just open. So we have the candle reversing now on the weekly from today's price action. But if I look at the daily chart, let me turn my drawings on. So we got a nice bullish Kumo cloud, got price above the Tenkan and the Kijun-sen, but everything's flat, guys. So what do we need to do to turn it from being flat? We need price to break this 171.676 resistance level. And so if I look on the 4-hour chart, you can see right now in the 4-hour chart, we're just stuck between this range here, right? Let me put in my support line. So here's the support line. We're stuck in between this range, and we have a bunch of overlapping Chico spans, which is the yellow line. We have twisting Kumo clouds, right? So on the 4-hour chart, this is not a stable enough trend to enter the market. But if we look at the 1-hour chart, you can see that we're starting to form a trend on the 1-hour. And so I'm going to be monitoring this pair. I got it marked blue. I'm waiting for price to break this resistance level here. And then I'm going to be, if I decide to take a trade, hopefully targeting up here. So this would be my target. Let's see, a 1-to-1 move between these from the resistance to support level is about 192 pips. And so 192 pips is right up here in between the 1.414 and the 1.618 levels. So from the current price to the carat, we've got about 260 pips. So keep an eye on this pair, guys. I expect it to be breaking out soon, and that's Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Okay guys, Euro AUD. I have this marked as a very special pair this week. It's marked pink. And why is that? Well, we've had a nice long bullish trend here, but we've recently had a death cross. The gray rabbit Gan line has told me that this has turned bearish, and I have a pink candle here on my slingshot indicator. Now guys, for me, that's showing me that this quite possibly could be an N wave back down in the bearish direction. And so, we also have the Chico span below the candles. So we have 2 out of 3 Sanyoko Gyukoten signals, the bearish Ichimoku trend signals. So the first one is the death cross. The second one is Chico span coming below the candles. And the third will be price breaking Senko span B, which is this really thick white line here. And so I'm expecting to get an N wave down. And let me get my drawings back on. Okay guys, so here was that trend line. We broke down on N wave. Now we've gone back up and tested this the 3-to-1 on the Gan fan angle here, and it looks like price has been resisted along the Senko span B, right? Now I'm expecting price to break down, but right now we need to wait for the lower time frames. And so right now we have a bearish twist on the 4-hour, and it looks like price is just coming below. So we need to wait for this support level here, 1.64296. And we also need to see how the 1-hour looks. Now guys, on the 1-hour chart, price is getting resisted here at Senko span B, but this Kumo cloud is really skinny and flat. And so we're gonna need price to start coming down and breaking these support levels. And that's gonna give us a nice trending Ichimoku cloud on the 1-hour, and hopefully give us a better structure here on the 4-hour. But once I find the right conditions, I might be taking a trade on this. So I'm gonna wait for these lower time frames. But right now, Euro AUD is starting to look pretty good. And my first target would be down here at this 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension. And so that is drawn from this N wave here. And so from the current price right now to this level is about 494 pips. So guys, this could be a nice run down. Keep an eye on this pair. This is Euro AUD, and I'm going to be looking to actively trade this week, hopefully. So keep an eye on that. Okay guys, Euro Japanese yen on the weekly. I'm not going to say too much about this one. This is marked ranging. We've had a death cross here, but we still have the Chico span above the candles. So we only had one of the Senyoko Gyukoden signals, the bearish Ichimoku trend signals. So I'm just expecting price to be ranging this week. And if we look at the daily, you can see too that, we're in between this range here. We have a bearish Kumo cloud twist, then a bullish one, and we have Chico span overlapping the candles. And we also have the gray rabbit Gan line just changing colors, orange and blue, orange and blue. So guys, most likely I will not be trading this pair this week. However, I do have a bearish bias, and so I'm waiting for this this range to finish. But as you can see, guys, if we measure, so from this low to this low was 52 bars, and so I'm expecting price to continue back down to these support levels within these next 52 bars here. So, just something to think about. That's kind of my main idea, but this week this pair is just going to be ranging, so I most likely will not be trading it. Okay guys, Euro CAD on the weekly. I have this marked pink. This is a special pair, and I'm going to tell you why. So guys, right now you can see that price is just about to close below this Kijinsen. All right, we've had pretty much a double top here at the top of this range, and so I'm expecting price to break on an N wave in the bearish direction and go back to retest these support levels down here. So let me turn on the drawings. So that's what I've got so far. Let me show you on the daily so it looks a little cleaner. Okay guys. So on the daily, let's clean this up. So we had, we've been kind of in this this range right now, but look, we have a bearish Kumo cloud forming. It has a pretty thick structure here, so we've been consolidating within this range here, but I'm expecting price to break this support level. As you can see, we're pretty close here, and it looks like price is actually starting to break it right now. So I'm expecting price to break this support level and go test this next Ganfan level here. And so from the current price to the carrot is about 200 pips. So the 1-to-1 is about, 215 pips. So let's look at the lower time frames. Now guys, this is why I have it marked. So we're starting to get a bearish Kumo cloud forming here on the 4 hour. And if you look at the 1 hour, we have a really nice Kumo cloud here. So what this is showing me is that if we can continue this trend on the 1 hour and we get a better looking structure on the 4 hour, this could be a really good one this week. So guys, keep an eye on this pair. This is EuroCAD. This is on the 1 hour. We got a nice thick Kumo cloud structure here. And if we can break this support level here, the 1.45496, this is going to be looking pretty solid. And I'm expecting price to at least, go back and retest this support level. But, I would expect it to go farther. So we've already closed below this Ganfan level. So usually the next retest is on the next fan level. So expect further downside for this pair, but this is EuroCAD. Real special pair, guys. Keep an eye on this one. Okay, guys. Thanks again for everyone who likes and subscribes. It means a lot to me and my family, so I really appreciate that. And I just want to hear from you guys. I marked my special pairs pink, but what are your special pairs this week? Feel free to comment below. Now let's head back into Euro Swiss franc on the weekly. Now guys, this is looking good on the weekly. We've got Senko span A down, Senko span B down. We just had a resistance here at the Kijinsen, and we have price closing back below the Tenkan-sen. We also have the Gray Rabbit Gan line, which is my own proprietary script that I wrote, which I will be releasing this year to you guys. So keep your eyes tuned for that. But yeah, guys, this is looking bearish, and so let's turn on the drawings. So as you can see, I'm overall with a bearish bias, and now we're on the daily chart. And so let's clean that up. So look, guys, so we had a nice retracement back up. We hit off the 2-to-1 Ganfan line here, right? And we have a nice bearish candle forming right now. So what this is showing to me is that this could possibly be a nice N wave down. And so I'm going to be looking to enter on the lower time frames, and my first target is going to be down here at the 1.272 Fibonacci extension level. And so from the current price to there, we have about 181 pips. Now, we're going to need to confirm on the lower time frames. So right now, guys, this is the 4-hour chart. We have 3 out of the 3 Sanyoku Gyokuden signals. We have a death cross. Let's clean that up. So we have a death cross here. We have Chico span below the candles, and we have price breaking Tenko span B. So guys, this is very bearish. We also have the bearish Kumo cloud twist forming. So I bet if we look on the 1-hour chart, we're going to see a nice bearish trend already formed. So let's take a look. And yeah, here you have it. So we had 3 out of the 3 Sanyoku Gyokuden on the 1-hour. We had the death cross, Chico span below the candles, and we've had price break the Tenko span B on an N wave down and form a nice Kumo cloud structure. So guys, this is bearish. I would start looking to enter into this market if you can get a good entry. We have a nice trend confirmed on the 1-hour chart, and it looks like we're about to break the support here again. And so I would be looking to enter this pair this week. Now, what could happen is we could get price to go down and then come back up on a retracement back to this level here. So if you can enter around this 0.93897 level on a retracement, that could be a pretty solid entry also. But just, guys, that's up to you. That's up to your strategies. But I'm just here to help show you the overall momentum of the market. And I'm telling you right now that we have a bearish trend already formed on the 1-hour. It's starting to form on the 4-hour. And we already have a nice confirmation on the daily. So guys, with that in mind, this is a very special pair this week that I will be looking to actively trade. And like always, if I do take an active trade, I will post it onto the YouTube community. But right now, guys, I actually have a trade on the next pair that we're going to go to. So let's switch over to there now. This is okay, guys, Euro British Pound. Like I mentioned, I have an active trade on this, and I'm still holding it. Right now I have about 66 pips of running profit, and I'm hoping to target down here at this lower level here, which is around 0.84397, which will be the 1.272 Fibonacci extension. But let me show you that in more detail. So guys, like I said, we have on the weekly chart a really nice bearish Kumo cloud. We broke this support level here, and we had I got a signal from my my Gray Rabbit slingshot script that I wrote, which is this pink candle here, and so that's what gave me the signal, and especially here on the daily also. So I saw this on the daily. I saw the bearish Kumo cloud forming, and then I was able to find the confirmations that I needed according to my strategy on the lower time frames, which I'm going to be covering that later this year, guys, but this is just going to be an overall analysis video for the momentum of the market. But I'm still bearish on this, and so right now on the daily time frame, you can see that we have a nice Kumo cloud forming. Now we need to break this support level here to get these lines pointing down. So right now, Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, Sanko span A and B are all flat, but it looks like we're going on this N wave now, guys. And so I'm expecting price to reach this 1.272 based on this N wave here. And so that's my ultimate target. And my first target is going to be at the 1 Fibonacci extension level down here. So we reached this target last week, and now I'm expecting price to keep continuing, ultimately down to this level here. And so I'm going to be holding this position. I will update you guys if anything changes, but overall I'm bearish on this pair. And yeah, you can see that we have a very nice trend channel here on the 4-hour. And so there's really no reason to be selling this pair yet. We have the Gray Rabbit Gone line is still orange and bearish, and so everything is good to go right now. And so I'm going to be keeping an eye on this pair, guys, but overall I'm bearish, and I'm expecting price to at least reach from current price levels down to here at the 1.272, which is about 103 pips. So yeah, this is going to be a really awesome trade. So I'm hoping to hit that target, and I will keep you guys posted. But yeah, that's Euro Pound on the daily, weekly, and 4-hour. So yeah, guys, watch out for that one this week. And I have this marked red because I'm actively short selling it. And so if you see I have it marked red, or if I have it marked green, that means I'm long with an active position. If it's marked red, that means I'm short with the active position. So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. All right, let's move to the next one. Okay guys, Euro US dollar on the weekly. I'm not going to say much about this. Right now price is in the Kumo cloud on the weekly. We have a really sloppy looking Kumo cloud twist here. And also if you look at the daily chart, we're also in the Kumo cloud as well with a twist forming. So right now guys, this pair is just going to be ranging this week, and I most likely will not be trading it. Okay guys, this is British Pound AUD on the weekly. So overall I'm bullish on this, and I'm going to explain why, but let me turn the drawings off real quick. So we do have a death cross here. However, we have Chico span tracing up the candles, and so I'm expecting price. So we had a consolidation range here, and then we had a test of the Senko span A, which looks like it supported it pretty well. And we've had a nice strong bounce up, back up to the top of this range. And now we're forming a P wave here, which you can see on the daily. I'm going to show that to you. And so I'm expecting this to be an N wave up and a retest of this. It could be a possible retest of these resistance levels. So I'm bullish right now in the short term. And let me show you on the daily. So on the daily, right, we had, we had the consolidation range that I was talking about. We had this dip down to the Senko span A, which was on the weekly, and now we've had this bounce up. Now, if you look at the Kumo cloud, we have a nice structure forming. We have Senko span A pointing up. We have price above the Tenkan-sen here, just barely, but it's still there. And we have Kijun-sen flat. So, but we also have this P wave that I'm telling you guys about. So we have a P wave. See, it looks like the letter P. And typically those break in the direction of the trend. So this is a bullish trend. And so these are also called bull flags. That's more Western, but in the Ichimoku system, this is called a P wave. And so usually the P waves continue in the trend direction. And so I'm expecting price to continue up and reach this next Ganfan line here, which is about, from this level up to there is about 200 pips. So yeah guys, that's the first target. But if we go back up to this next resistance level, that's about 442 pips from the current price. And if we go from the current price up to the major resistance level, which is up here at the 1.99846 level, that's about 690 pips. So lots of room to run. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on this pair. That's why I have it marked blue. So I'm going to be looking for the breakouts on the lower time frames. But right now, guys, this is the 4-hour chart, and you can see that price is just consolidating in this P wave. So I'm waiting for it to break in this direction. So hopefully we can confirm that soon. But until then, just keep this mark on your watch list. This could be a good one in the next couple weeks if we get that breakout. Okay guys, this is British Pound Swiss franc. I have this marked as a ranging pair. I'm not going to waste too much time on this one. Price is in the Kumo cloud on the weekly and also on the daily. So, enough said. This is a ranging market right now, and I will most likely not be trading it this week. Okay guys, British Pound, CAD on the weekly. So I'm overall bullish on this. Let me turn my drawings. So I'm expecting this N wave to break the resistance. Looks like we've had support on this trend line here. I can draw it in real quick. Oh crap. Whoa. There we go. So if I draw that trend line in, so we've had support on the trend line in Senko span A. I'm expecting this to be an N wave up, and I'm targeting this 1 Fibonacci extension level based on this N wave here. So let's hold on, let me go to the daily. So guys, daily, you can see that right now, so I do have this mark ranging, but I'm just telling you my long-term strategy once we get the right conditions, because we do have a little baby Kumo in the bullish direction forming, but this is not strong enough yet. So we're going to need to break this resistance, 1.72207, and then confirm on the lower time frames also to make sure that we have a powerful enough trend. But, to not waste too much time on this one for this week, I'm just expecting it to be ranging within this range here. and so I'm most likely not going to be trading this pair. Okay guys, British pound, Japanese yen on the weekly. Also, this is going to be ranging this week. We had a doji candle, and now we have an inside bar forming in that. And so right now, guys, if you look on the daily, we can see that we kind of have this a little baby Y wave here. And so these are very dangerous. I don't like to trade those, and so I usually just kind of stay away from these when I see that these a lot of like fake breakouts and these fake breakouts to the downside. So overall, guys, just looking at the daily, this is it's just consolidating in this zone here, and I'm not going to be looking to trade this pair this week. Okay guys, British pound, US dollar on the weekly. Also a ranging pair, not much to say. We're just kind of stuck in this consolidation. See a lot of wicks on each side. So that's just telling me that we're ranging right now on the weekly. And also too, you can see that we're in this range here on the daily chart. So it also looks like price might be heading into the Kumo cloud this week. So that's another good reason for me to stay away from this pair. Just really there's no trend direction, and I'm gonna just avoid it until we can confirm a good trend direction. But right now guys, this is just ranging, and I will not be trading it this week. Okay guys, this is New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen on the weekly. And also I see this as a ranging pair this week, so I won't say too much. But I am bullish overall, just based on this weekly chart. Price is above the Tenkan-sen, but the Tenkan-sen's pointing down, and the Kijun-sen's flat. Senko Span A is pointing down, and Senko Span B is flat. So overall, guys, this is a bullish Kumo cloud structure. We did break out of this consolidation range, and we did retest it. But right now, we're stuck between this resistance level, 91.520, and 87.706. And so right now, price is just consolidating in this range. And you can see too, this is, we have a lot of Chico span overlapping the candles. And so until we can confirm on the lower time frames and we can break this resistance level of 91.520, this is just going to be a ranging market this week, and I'm most likely not going to be trading it. But once we do, guys, if this does break bullish and we get a good entry, to this next target up here is around 386 pips. So until the conditions arise, I'm just going to be staying away from this market, but it does look like it is bullish overall in the long term. Alright guys, and thanks again to everyone who likes and subscribes. It really helps me and my family, so I just want to tell you I'm very grateful for that. And also guys, this is a pink pair. What are your pink pairs this week? I want to know. Please leave a comment below if you have some, and let's keep going. Alright guys, so USD CAD on the weekly. On the weekly. Okay, now we're on the weekly. So guys, overall on the weekly, this doesn't really have much of a trend right now on the weekly, right? We're kind of stuck. You can see this has been a long consolidation, right? A long consolidation, but we have the gray rabbit gone line showing bearish. Now, we also have a death cross, or sorry. Oh no, we have a gold cross. So guys, this is giving us mixed signals on the weekly. So until, there's a major trend on the weekly, I'm not going to be looking too much at this. But one thing I do notice is that since this is bearish and we have really long wicks on this side, I'm expecting this to be an N wave back down. And so if we look on the daily chart, you can see that we already have this trend forming, right? So we had a double bottom here. We had a bullish trend up in this direction. And now, guys, we had the death cross. We have Chico span below the candles, and we broke the Senko span B, and we formed a really nice Kumo cloud structure, right? So this is an N wave, a nice retracement back to this support level, which was broken. And so I'm expecting this to also be an N wave back down to retest these support levels. And so let me turn on my drawings. So guys, and then also working with the Taito Tsuchi. So you can see that we had from this bottom to this bottom was about 16 bars, right? And so if we measured out to this one, this is about 14 bars. And so in Taito Tsuchi or the Kihan Tsuchi numbers, we can allow up to 1 to 2 days difference, or whatever time frame you're on. Doesn't matter if it's a day or an hour if you're measuring, but we use a margin of 1 to 2, so it could be 14 or it can be 15 or 16, right? Or 17 or 18, right? So if this one was 16, we could look for 17 bars, 18 bars, or we could look for 14 bars or 15 bars. And so by measuring from this bottom to this bottom, we project that out into the future, and we started to get our top. So our top formed around here, and now I'm expecting price to get resisted. So we have a double top here, resisted off the Senko span A, and now I'm expecting this N wave to come back down. And I'm measuring out 16 bars from this top to hopefully to our next low. Now guys, these things are not perfect, but they do help you kind of get an idea of when you can get a henka B, which means a turning point or a turning day. And so guys, or actually in Japanese it means a day of change, but it's basically when the market is going to turn in the opposite direction. And so guys, I'm expecting our henka B was here, right? We got a double top, and now we're going to head back down in this direction. And so from the current price, which is up here, down to our target, we have about 358 pips. So, and I have this reaching around the end of February. Now, if we look at the 4-hour chart, you can see here's that double top. And now we're in this range here, but we're getting a bearish Kumo cloud forming, right? Now let's see how the 1 hour looks. Look, the 1 hour looks like it has a nice bearish Kumo forming right now. So if we can get some N waves going down and destroying these support levels, boom, 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 that's going to give us the trend on the 1 hour. And once we get that, guys, hopefully this week, that's why I have it marked pink, we can look to enter a trade and we can target the level that I was telling you guys about. So that's, you know, that's down here. So keep an eye on that, guys. It's a very special pair, USD, CAD, and yeah, let's move on to the next. Okay guys, USD Swiss franc, another very special pair this week. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Now guys, what am I seeing here? Okay, so we had a nice retracement back up pretty close to this Senko span A, right? We've had a really nice bearish Kumo cloud structure, and we broke this support level recently, and now we're retesting it. Now, the gray rabbit Gann line is showing us that we're bearish, and we're starting to form an inside bar here. So we had a bearish candle here, kind of like a fat doji, a little bit fatter in the middle, and now we have an inside bar, right? And so if we can break down in the bearish direction, which I suspect we will, I'm expecting to target this level down here. And this is the 1.272 Fibonacci extension. Now let's look on the daily. Okay guys, now on the daily, let me just clean that up real quick. So we had a nice retracement back into this trend channel. So here's the trend line. You can see that it resisted very well off of that. The gray rabbit Gann line is blue, but when we're looking for a retracement, it's okay if it turns blue, because that means that you know, it's had a nice healthy retracement. And so we're looking for resistance here on the Senko span A and this trend line. And so I'm expecting this to be an N wave down. And then here again is the Taito Suchi, right, which worked perfectly. So this was 17 bars from bottom to bottom, and then we had 17 bars to the next top here. Okay, so that's kind of how that works, guys. This is not rocket science, and although this is an advanced concept for Ichimoku, and it can go a lot deeper than just that, and I'm going to make videos on that in the future. But just know that, you know, that's one way just to measure where you could find the next top or bottom. So just take the most recent lows or highs and just kind of, you know, play with that. But just think about that idea. And so I've done the same from this top to find hopefully the next bottom. And remember, guys, a lot of times these Taito Suchis work with the Kihan Suchi numbers. So if you haven't seen my introduction to Ichimoku series, I'll put a link at the end of this video to watch that. And that explains you all the Kihan Suchi numbers that you need to know, which are really special numbers that Gochi Hosada found over his lifetime of research and studying the markets. So check that out. So yeah, guys, anyway, I think this is going to be an N wave down. And now let's look at the lower time frames. So, okay, guys, lower time frames. Looks like we're about to get a bearish Kumo cloud twist here. We have a death cross, and we have the Chico span below the candles. So that's looking like it's getting better. And now let's look at the 1 hour chart. So guys, on the 1 hour chart, we're right now in this range here. So between this resistance level, let me mark that. So we're between this resistance here at the 0.86859 and this support level, the 0.86066. So guys, if we can break this support level, I'm expecting that we'll start seeing a nice Ichimoku trend on the 1 hour time frame. And once we see that, we can start looking to enter this market. So hopefully that happens this week, and that's why I have this marked as a very special pair. And I am going to be actively looking to trade this week if I see the right conditions. So keep an eye on that, guys. US dollar, Swiss franc. Okay guys, USD, Japanese yen, last but not least. On the weekly chart, not much to say about this one. I have it marked as a ranging pair. Last week we had a really strong doji here, and now we're forming an inside bar, so I do expect price to return to the downside. But if I look on the daily, you can see that we had the Chico span overlapping the candles, so it went bearish and now it's bullish. We have a bullish Kumo cloud twist forming, but really there's no trend in this market that can be trusted yet. And so this week I just have a feeling it's going to be a ranging market, and I most likely will not be trading it. Okay guys, now I'm going to run through all the fundamental analysis for the week. Okay guys, so this is fxstreet.com. I will drop the link below in the description, and always make sure you watch this before you trade, because the markets can become very volatile and spiky when the news and data is released. So I'm going to just go through the high impact. So nothing on Sunday. On Monday we have Australian dollar retail sales month over month for December. On Tuesday, let's see, we have the Euro GDP, gross domestic product, for year over year quarter 4. That's the same thing there, so watch out for that on Tuesday, January 30th. On Tuesday, January 30th, yeah, same thing, the Euro GDP. On Tuesday, January 30th, RBA trimmed mean CPI data is being released for quarter 4, and also the Australian dollar the Australian dollar consumer price index quarter 4, Australian dollar monthly consumer price index for December, and the RBA trim mean CPI for year over year quarter 4. We don't trade this pair, the yuan, so I'm not going to mention that. Euro retail sales year over year for December. That's going to be on Wednesday, January 31st. And the Euro harmonized index of consumer prices year over year for January, also on the 31st. And the consumer price index year over year for January, also on the 31st. Harmonized index of consumer prices for the Euro, also month over month for January. Oh, sorry guys, that's not high impact, but also for the Euro consumer price index month over month for January. And US dollar ADP employment change for January. And the Fed monetary policy statement, also on the 31st, is coming out. That's a big deal. The Fed interest rate decision, also on January 31st. And the FOMC press conference, also on the 31st. So guys, Wednesday is going to be a big day. Keep an eye on that. On Thursday, February 1st, Euro harmonized index of consumer prices, month over month for January. Euro core harmonized index of consumer prices, year over year January. Euro harmonized index of consumer prices, year over year January. And then Euro car harmonized index of consumer prices, month over month for January. And then we have the also the British pound on February 1st, Thursday. Bank of England vote for the rate hike. The Bank of England interest rate decision. Bank of England rate cut. Bank of England asset purchase facility. Bank of England monetary policy report. Bank of England MPC vote rate unchanged. And the minutes from the Bank of England. So that's all for the pound on Thursday, February 1st. Watch out for that. And watch out for the Bank of England Governor's Bailey speech, also on February 1st. Also on February 1st, US dollar, ISM manufacturing PMI for January. And Friday, US dollar, Friday, February 2nd, US dollar, average hourly earnings month over month for January. US dollar non-farm payrolls for January. And then US dollar average hourly earnings year over year for January. So guys, that concludes the news and fundamental analysis and all the data being released this week. As always, I really appreciate you guys being here. I want to know what your special pairs are. What are your pink flags for this week? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for everyone who likes and subscribes. It really helps me and my family. And until next time, guys, peace.